live.
Hey guys, how you doing? We are braving the elements.
These are the elements.
The elements in New York City are tough. When it pours in New York City, nothing shuts down, but things slow down considerably. And things like, say, an outdoor cabana, a rooftop cabana doesn't work as well for a set. So we are in a coffee shop and we're going to be pretty organic. And just so you guys know what I'm looking at, Lance is holding up two phones while texting on the other.
I'm not texting, I'm retweeting your thing.
Connor's pants, did you even use an umbrella?
I did.
I've never seen anything like it. There's one small patch on Connor's pants that isn't soaking wet. It's quite scary, actually. But yeah, it's cold and it's rainy, but it's also cozy and comfortable, and we're going to hang out in a coffee shop until we get kicked out.
John wants to know who's buying the coffee.
I bought the coffee. It's a sham. I bought the coffee.
I bought the water.
But Lance bought me the water. Lance is actually a good guy like that. I thought we were going to be bothering people. Lance is like, who cares? We're going to be great. You do you, Jenna. You do you. So I'm going to do me, and we'll see how far we get with this. So I'm also soaking wet. I just came from a breakfast with a friend of mine who is a casting director, and so I, of course, had to be like, I did an episode of Law and Order, right? You realize I did an episode of Law and Order, which is the story I literally tell everybody. But his life is...
I ran the marathon.
I know, you ran the marathon in 1991, and I,
Before you did
I know, I did my episode of Law and Order now 21 months ago, so I really feel like I need to move on and, land another show. I mean, this is a great show, but I need to land a show that's not about nothing, like a something show. And you need to run another marathon, Lance. Enough is enough.
I need to run another marathon?
I mean, I know you got atrophy on your inner thighs, and you weren't able to walk for a good couple of weeks, but still.
I think I'm not running another.
You're not running any more marathons?
I can spell marathon.
And that's about it. Anyway, it was fascinating. And you wouldn't
John
believe...
wants to know if that episode is on YouTube.
The episode where I sort of simulcasted it for the Today Show is on YouTube. If you put Jenna Wolf Law and Order, you'll be able to see the whole behind the scenes of how that came together. So my friend Dave Waldron, he runs Waldron Casting, and he used to do all the extras, cast all the extras on Law and Order, believe it or not.
Weren't we supposed to have him on the show?
Yes, but he was actually a tiny bit nervous. He's the king of behind the scenes, and wasn't sure if I was how challenging it was gonna be. Sometimes it's a little intimidating, right? I come on like this.
Is it Connor? Oh, I thought it was Connor that was intimidating.
But you know what?
Connor has wet pants.
But listen, I will say this. I was talking to him about the show, thinking he probably never saw it because we've asked him on, and he goes...
He wants to cast Connor in Law and Order?
He goes, did Connor ever find a girlfriend? I go, you watch? He goes, every day. It was really cool. He puts the show on his computer, and he does his work, and he watches every single day. He knows that your mom writes in. Anyway, he's got this great company, Waldron Casting, and you wouldn't believe what goes into just watching a movie and a guy or a TV show 3 miles away walks behind, and you probably think, oh, that was just some guy that happened to get lucky. Everything is so calculated, so logistically perfectly placed, and so perfectly choreographed.
Kind of the
within
opposite
a scene.
of our show.
It is 100% the opposite. It's not kind of anything.
I'm sorry.
That's
I even got that wrong.
No, it's like that great
I was agreeing with you.
Felix Unger line. So in other words, you want me to leave? Not in other words. Those are the exact words.
I'll see you soon, Harold.
Yeah, right. So anyway,
you might want to do it on the day when you have tripods.
I know, that's true. Well, maybe we'll go for a walk after this outside in the rain. He was so cool, and he's writing this really cool book, and I definitely wanted him to come on the show to talk about what it's like to cast. And he casts for big shows. He casts for Blind Spot. He casts for Bull.
He should recommend some guests for the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including himself.
He's coming up. He's finally ready to do it. He's like, all right, I feel good about it. You have a friend that you were telling me about that wants to recommend guests, but they weren't sure they wanted to come on or not. Do you want me to say his name? No.
No.
So that was that. And other than that, I put on the news today, and they said that this is going to clear up in an hour. So I called Lance, and I said, we're good. Let's not make any other arrangements, because this is going to clear up in an hour. That was 3.5 hours ago, and it's coming down like cats and dogs outside.
Yeah, the hourly thinks that it's going to be...
All day?
All day. But it's okay. My daughter threw up all over my car last night.
Hey, listen, I'd love to feel sorry for you. My kid, every time we get in the car, my kid throws up. So, at least you could talk to your daughter and be like, hey,
I
can you
hope-
clean
I'm
up some
hoping you
stuff
do-
from
I'm
your
hoping you
lap?
don't give your kids as much vanilla bean frap.
Lance, you're asking for it when you put all that crap inside your kid. The
That was the
chicken
first
nuggets,
time any one of my kids ever threw up in a car.
the vanilla frappe, like you put all that in a little baby, and then you move the car around a lot. It's so hard for her poor little thing.
Yeah, no, it's a rough day actually. In all seriousness, it's Alicia's mom's today was the day when she passed away. So it's just like I really
Wait a minute.
screwed up.
Have we known each other a year now?
It's almost a year. Like we met each other in January.
Wow.
So it's but this is
tough day.
So how's that? Yeah.
What are we gonna do
How's
for
that
our
going for you?
How are we gonna do for our anniversary?
I'm
I can't even get the
hoping-
sentence out. I go, how are we gonna do for our anniversary? That's how much I didn't mean it.
I'm hoping you come up with another concocted diet. So on
Hey.
1 year anniversary, we can't have beer.
Hey, why are we gonna do for anniversary? Why? I will not.
We're not
moving
gonna be on
forward,
a
I will
diet?
not do a non-alcoholic one.
Yeah, that's tough. Like I'm all for the dieting and everything.
The alcohol is easy for me. What's hard for me is the sugar in my coffee and a little bit of dessert at night.
Yeah,
That's the only two
easy.
things I can't.
That's
those are
easy
the
for
only
me.
two things.
The alcohol. Your mom says good morning as we're talking about my.
Good morning, Mom.
alcoholism.
Lance is not an alcoholic. Mom, we're at Fika. You know this place well.
Sherry says good morning. Okay.
Good morning, Sherry. Is that Stretch?
Oh man. Actually, on that note, can you just hold this? I have
You have emergency?
not an emergency, but like some handy advice, sugar slides. So he's gonna hold my phone. Just give me 1 second. I'll explain to you afterwards.
Okay. No, that phone looks like it's just covering the breast area, but you have the whole. Okay.
You're good.
That's cool. It's good. Thanks, Connor. I'll look to you for that, for help with that. Yeah, kind of a quiet day. Mellow night last night. The girls were great. The little one is putting together sentences with like 3 or 4 words now, but her 2 favorite words, are too heavy. So she'll pick up something that is too heavy for her, like this chair. And she'll go walk up to something that is clearly too heavy. Not pick up like this cup. She'll look at that and she'll go, Mommy, too heavy. And I'm like, okay, well, it's too heavy, so lift something else. Or don't lift the table. Like, enough with the table. Oh, this morning we hear this in the other room. This is from she's not even 2, 21-month-old. I look at Steph, I'm like, what could she possibly be doing? She's like, I have no idea. We walk in. We have this ginormous bag of Lego, the big thick Lego. It's too big for her. Steph and I have to carry it together.
Lego is like the
Not
best.
the little Legos. The
Lego
big ones.
has become, I think, the best educational toy I've ever seen.
Not for my kids. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet. Well,
For my kids, it's Barbie. Anyway, she's lugging this thing and she's pulling it. She goes, I go, Quinny, what's wrong? She goes, too heavy. So cute. So my little one is weightlifting now, which is good to know. But other than that, quiet day, quiet night. It's always chaos getting them off to school in this kind of weather. But she made it to school. Connor and Lance made it to the coffee shop. We've got some cool guests on today. We're going to talk a little health and fitness. We're going to talk a little sports. I tried to stay up for the Giants game last night, but I couldn't fully enjoy it.
what happened in the Giant game?
I don't even know, did they win? They were down 7 or something when I went to sleep.
I was too busy cleaning up on the actually concentrate on the Giant game.
I spent 45 minutes trying to figure out how to sign your name on a document without having to print it out. I never did it. So I sent it off anyway, thinking, well, maybe they just won't see it. And I just got an email that said, excuse me, your document wasn't signed. So I got to figure that out. It'll be another 45 minutes. And then I got a much, much, much needed. I splurge every once in a while on things that I really, really need that I just won't do if I don't have it just come to the house. So I splurged on having this woman come over and give me a massage last night. My muscles are sore and I'm tight and I sit in this position for 4 hours every day and I just really needed it.
So you were getting massages. I was cleaning up the home.
I know, but you say that how many times did I start the show and tell you that my kid threw up in the car? I get no sympathy from you.
Steph is the one who cleans up the
That is
vomit.
not true. Steph is always away when she throws up. I got caught in
cleans up
Riverdale
the-
once.
who
I
cleans up
got
the
caught in
vomit?
the Bronx. I do. Always. Always me. Steph knows it too. So I really do feel bad. It sucks that it happened, but not that bad.
Not that bad.
I mean,
Giants won 21-20, John said.
Oh, that's a good game. I couldn't stay up for it. I was out. Just out. That was a good game.
Yeah.
That was my
Actually,
night.
my whole thing was I saw at a certain point on Twitter last night that the Bengals were trending, and I just assumed that meant the Giants lost, so I didn't even bother.
Oh, that's really funny.
Looking at it.
Why were the Bengals trending?
I don't know. Like, I was late the one time I turned it on. I was like, I forget it. I'm not gonna bother.
Anyway, who's up?
Is
What's
anybody
going
else
on?
having trouble with the sound? Oh. That's good. No, John is not having trouble with the sound. Just Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry, put it on. Well, you can't hear.
There you go.
No advice for you.
It's very funny.
John's helping her out on by writing it.
Good.
That's my ex.
You have personal business to take care of?
It was more. I don't want to discuss.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Here.
I won't ask any questions about it.
So you want
Yeah, tell me who's up. Who's in the house? It's a quiet, mellow day. I want to just talk to people today.
Moira Kalakota says hi.
Hey, Moira.
Noida Crozini says hi. Lauren Trahan says good morning.
Good morning, Lauren.
Coleman says hello from North Dakota. Jessica Clark wanted to know how we got wet. Rain.
It is really coming down, and not
Steve
just like
Franklin
raining. It's
says you
really
make a great private detective in a TV series. Jenna P.I.
Would love it.
Maureen Mary Parker Boyle says, so glad I caught you live. Love your live chats.
Thank you, Maureen.
It's actually a show. We're here every day.
Every day, 11 to 3.
Charles Adrian wants us to get Andy Cohn.
I'm just going to throw this to you. Thank you very much.
Chuck Weeks says, I love you.
I love you too, Chuck. Like, really
He's
love.
talking to you,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Tammy Yeoman says hi from Burl, Nebraska.
Hi, Tammy.
Your mom said good morning.
Good morning, Mom.
Marie Parker Boyle says walking in the rain, oh you love it. Ames A. Madrigal says good morning. San Antonio is warming up and dry today. Sarah
Not
Dunn
here.
Sapolsky says I feel like I'm having coffee with you today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tim
Love some
Taralavo says hello. Victoria
Hi, Tim.
McNabb Wheeler says love your energy and input.
Thank you, Victoria.
Met you at the USTA last year, and you were both wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Stephanie.
thinking of doing stuff,
Yeah.
not me and you. I wasn't at the USTA. Oh shoot. Okay. Mary
What happened?
Balderas-
What was that one that
I
was-
skipped to the bottom.
Oh.
By accident. I lost my spot. Mary Balderas says, hey Jenna.
Hey, Mary.
Mary says she hears you just fine.
Thank you, Mary.
Scott Halwarda says, Scott, we are golden. Natalie Walker Rodrigo says, I have missed you, Jenna. Tony Kendall says, hi.
I know.
Tuned in late. Where are you today?
We're at
The
coffee
reset.
shop because it's pouring rain outside. And we sometimes go to different places, but we're all in the mood for coffee and being snuggly. And if it really goes south here and we get kicked out, we'll hang out on my couch for a
Right, I will
while.
walk to another coffee shop.
We'll just keep walking to various
We'll go from
coffee
various
shops.
coffee shops.
If anyone's in the city, come say hi. Should we do that? Is that weird?
That's weird.
Okay, never mind.
But you can come say hello. Yeah.
We won't tell
We
them.
don't tell you where we're going.
Yeah, but just come say hi anyway.
But if you really want to come, just text me. Just email me or text me, whatever. I don't know. I'll put my phone number out here yet. Martha Stoller says hello from South Carolina.
Hey, Martha.
Mary Balderas says hello from Houston. Kathy K says, hi Jenna and Lance, it's Kathy K from Hershey. Jenna, I will email you back. Thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome.
Martha Stoller says, great idea, Jenna P.I. What is into Jenna P.I.?
I'm actually not that good at that stuff. The only time I'm really good at PI is when I'm dating someone and I think that maybe that person might be doing something shady. Then it's like all the hairs on my neck stand up and like the antennas go out and all of a sudden I'm looking into everything and I'm like, oh, you said you were going to be here at 8:05. It's 8:07. Like, are you having an affair? I'm really good at knowing. But other than that, I guess maybe I'm a little
You're
bit
like the affair
oblivious.
police?
I'm the affair police. Because one person cheated on me. Or maybe, I don't even know if she did, but I'm convinced she did. And
What
it messed
convinced you?
me up. there were a couple things that you want to know. You want me to tell you a good story? I won't name any names, but this is a great story. So she tells me that she's.
Is her name Jamie?
No, this is not a Jamie story. She. Where did she say she was? It doesn't matter. We were supposed to get together for the weekend. She told me she couldn't. She had some work thing to do. I said, fine, no problem, even though I was really bummed out. I was going to wait for her to get done. She's like, no, you should go out. You should go out, do your thing. So I go out with a friend of mine, my friend Matt, and I get a call at like 11:30 at night. I'm downtown at a bar, and it's from this girl's sister. And she says, I didn't mention the fact that this girl was also dating a guy at the same time. It was very complicated.
Is that allowed?
It's allowed. So the sister
But
calls
in
me
your
up.
no, in your relationships, like that's not
Like me personally, or like the team?
your team. Does your team
Yeah, look,
steal
everything's
from our
fluid.
team and
Sure.
play for your team?
Listen, all hands on deck. All
John calls them switch hitters.
yeah, everything's fair.
It's
That's why I said all
everything's-
hands on deck. Did you get it?
Ah.
You didn't get it.
I didn't.
Same thing
I
as a
did not
switch
get
hitter.
it. No. A switch hitter, so it's all hands on deck.
All hands
as many
on deck.
hands.
As many hands as possible. Hands go in all different ways. I think eventually people will figure out where they fall, but I think until they do, feel free to have at it. Anyway, so I'm thinking working. I get a call from the sister, and the sister says, we'll say that the boyfriend's name is Mark. The sister has no idea that we're having this like thing.
1 second. John is saying something called pansexual.
I don't know what that is.
You just know that it's all hands on deck.
I just know.
As many hands as possible. So, like, guys are always invited to participate. Is that?
No. You have to be invited by someone who wants you to be there. Like, I love guys, but I don't necessarily want them to be there.
Gotcha. I hope this is as clear for everybody else as it is for
Remember
me.
that story I started about 10 minutes ago?
Yes. What
So you
about
want to
it?
know how it ends?
Yeah, it ends with me interrupting.
No. That's not how it ends. That's how it
That's how
starts
it
and middles.
starts.
How are we ever going to know
Let's
how
add
it
a
ends?
coffee here. Okay, so your girlfriend.
forget
No.
it.
So you have.
So I'm
So the
out
sister
with
is with the
Matt.
guy.
No.
You're with
sister's
the
not.
guy.
No.
Cheating with the girl. And they had 2
Forget
kids.
it.
No. I'm interested in it.
You're not interested. You're making fun of my story. Let's talk about
I'm
your
not
ex.
making fun of
Who
the story.
texted you?
My ex texted me.
What did she want? Oh,
Sir.
it makes you feel comfortable?
Yeah, you really want it? You want
No,
it?
I don't want it.
You're about to feel very uncomfortable.
I don't want
if
to
you
know. I actually don't want to know. Okay, so here's the for real. This is the only time I just lost it, and it was probably the last time I let myself honestly get hurt again. I'm out with my friend Matt. I really wanted to hang out with her. She's like, no, I'm doing this other thing for the weekend. I was like all bummed out. She's whatever. So we're out. We're having a good
John's
time.
attacking my
Please
ex-wife.
stop. I'm
He's
going to finish
attacking my
it.
ex-wife over here. John, it's nothing about money. Okay, sometimes like people have issues.
Okay, here's the deal. I promise you, I'm only starting the story one more time. If it gets interrupted again, it's fine. I'm just not going to finish it. Because at this point, I've now given her 27 chances to tune in and listen to how the story ends. So, I'm out. Phone rings. It's her sister. And I was like, oh my God, what is it? Hello? And she goes, hey. And she had no idea we had this thing. She just thought we were friends. She goes, how are you? I go, good. She goes, you're not going to believe this, but I'll call her Mary. Mary obviously is with Mark this weekend, and they locked their keys in the car. And I'm just wondering if by some chance you would have like an extra set. I know you guys are like best friends. If by some chance you would have an extra set or a way to get out there and give them the keys. I said, I'm sorry. I thought Mary was working. Working? No, they're up in Cape Cod together for the weekend. I said, okay. And then I pick up the phone and I said, I don't have an extra keys. I gotta go. Clear the line. So I call her and she goes, hello. And I was like, hi. Don't ever call me again. Do you want it? Everyone's That's weird. That was really weird. I said, don't ever call me again. Don't ever reach out to me again. Don't ever talk to me again. Don't ever think of me again. I'm totally done. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I know what about. And I start going off. I should have just hung up. Like, it was the perfect. But she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you did this. And she hung up on me. I was like, you're hanging up on me? I'm the one that's upset. So I call his phone. And he goes, hello? And I go, hey, is Mary there? And he goes, yeah, hold on a second. So she comes, I go, if you're going to hang up on me, hung up on me again. Call back, phones are off. Livid. My friend Matt never saw me like that. And he never saw me to this day. And I never let myself get that way. I came back, I wrote a note, and I said, "This is the last communication you'll ever." This is after a series of her doing this to me. I don't know why. Or like a handwritten note, and I went all the way to her apartment building, and I put it in an envelope, and I said, "Just please hand this." And it was just like, "This is the last communication we will ever have. We're totally done." And didn't hear from her for a couple days because that's how she is. And then, of course, as always, she was like, whatever, let's get back together. And that
Makeup
was,
sex?
Nope, that was the last one.
Oh, no makeup sex.
We were completely done. I hit rock bottom. I lost like 15 pounds, which for me, I was like rail thin.
How long were you guys going out?
But remember
sorry for
now,
interrupting you, but,
no, but remember it was like she was also going out with a guy, so it was off and on for like a year.
Okay.
But I thought it was like I was obsessed. I wasn't in love. I was like, it was like everyone has that
Was
one
she good
relationship
looking?
where you're obsessed. Yeah, I was obsessed. It was the first time she was.
Did she ever get married, or
Interestingly enough, they were engaged to be married.
so she's single?
Broke off the engagement, and I think she's with a woman now.
Oh, so
But
she's
I
single.
introduced her to the lifestyle, and then she took it and ran with it. Doesn't matter. I'm so much happier now. She
I
tried
wasn't
to-
thinking about you.
She reached out a couple times, and I wouldn't have at it. I couldn't. I had to let myself hit rock bottom, right? So, like, it doesn't always work where you kind of skim rock bottom because I don't think you really get a chance to bounce back up. You have to, like, hit it. Like, you have to hit rock bottom so that you could just clean your slate, right? Tabula rasa, like, let's just start over. I hit rock bottom. I lost the weight. I felt sorry for myself. I cried all the time. And then that's it. And then I picked myself up one day and I said, I'm done.
Was that your hardest
Leave
breakup?
my system. Hands down. By like 1,000.
Oh, wow.
By like 1,000.
And it
My
wasn't a
heart
Jamie?
Crushed. Nope. My heart was crushed. And then I changed my mindset.
1 second. John from Cherry Hill is saying I need to interrupt a few more times before you hit rock bottom.
It's very funny. That's actually funny. Not that funny, but pretty funny. And then, like a couple weeks later, after I started like working out again and talking to my friends about something other than this Mary, I got the job at the Today Show, and I never looked back.
Oh, wow. So she's the one responsible for you getting to the Today Show.
100% no. I probably could not have handled the Today Show if she was still in my life. Like I was that fragile all the time.
Oh, so she emasculated you.
That's interesting. Maybe. I'm still fascinated that your phone and her phone with the same exact ringers rang at the same exact time.
We're cheating on the exact same person.
Well,
Except I'm not with anybody.
Yep.
So that makes it a little complicated.
Bravo. Okay, sorry to take you off on that tangent. Remember, it was like an hour and a half ago that I started that story. But there you go. Now let's keep going. Now you have nothing to say before you head over?
I went and, so where did you guys meet?
Who?
You and Mary.
Oh, I can't talk about it. It's so terrible.
Why?
Uh,
If you can't talk about it, we're going to be talking about it for a long time, so.
I know, that's true. Wait, I want to
We
finish
want to
saying
get
hi
this
everybody.
over.
I wanna say
No,
hi to everybody.
it'll be fine.
No, you don't want to talk about this one. We could talk about
Where did you
any
guys
of the
meet?
other ones.
Like, this
At
is
work.
when you were in Binghamton?
At work.
In Binghamton at work.
No.
Rochester?
No.
Oh, ABC.
Yeah. That's it. Not talking anymore. It was recent. Remember, it was
I
only
forgot
like-
that
yeah.
there was the, forgot about ABC in the middle. So,
I just
what
can't
was your
talk
first
about
date?
on-air people. Like, I just don't want to ever like...
Oh, this was an on-air person. A hot on-air person.
Okay. We're not going to talk about
An
it anymore.
anchor?
I'm not talking about it anymore.
An anchor?
I'm going to go ahead and read some of the texts from some people you don't want me to read. We're going in another direction.
But
We
this
said
is
hello
not
to
the Land.
people.
Nobody's here for the Lance Lafer show.
Ask people if they care about my first breakup. And if someone says yes, besides John, if
Keep
someone
pushing
says
her,
yes,
get a name. That's the exact instruction from the that I'm reading.
you definitely won't get a name.
Damn, I don't want a name. No, I just want to get into. I don't care about the name. We're going to call her Mary. So how did you
With
guys
someone,
meet? Like
you
just.
can't be Mary. I mean, it reminds me of Connor's girlfriend. I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Oh, you feel like you're cheating on Connor. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's call her Bulimia.
Connor was the other guy. Her name is not bulimia.
Her name's not
because now it
bulimia.
reminds me that she had an eating disorder.
She did have a. Did she have an eating disorder?
No.
Oh, I thought it was the one who had an eating disorder.
No, I lost a lot of weight out of sheer heartbreak.
Oh. So that's why we call her Bulimia.
No.
Okay,
call
so
her that.
Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my name.
No, you're. Oh well, you're Jennifer. So you were Jenna. All right. How about Amy?
What?
There are a lot of people
Go.
that want to know more.
This is becoming a very popular segment of the show. I'm sorry, you opened up.
All right, read me the comments. What do they want to know?
Who is the anchor? Inquiring minds want to know.
Not gonna know. Go on.
Leave her be. Talk about what she wants to. That's Julie Kine.
Just don't read any names off if anything comes up. Go
Oh,
on.
okay. We should undo it. Okay. Megan Mitchell says, "Tell us more."
It's the same
Natalie
story that you
Walker
guys-
Idrego
Listen.
says, "Yes, we care."
Listen.
Steve Franklin says, "Yes." Somebody. Oh, Robin Roberts.
Robin Roberts said what?
Megan Mitchell said Robin Roberts.
Oh, no, I'm not playing the guessing game.
Oh, we're not playing a guessing
But
game.
I
Sorry,
would like
guys. We're not playing a guessing game. We're just let's call her Steve.
I'm not playing the guessing game.
So I'm interested more in the dynamics. I don't
Listen,
really care
let me
about who
just
the
tell you
person is. So what happened? How did you get so turned on?
Because she was the first person that I
Were it's intrigued with? Like
first
really
person
intrigued
that I
with?
actually went after myself. The first person that I was ever with was this wonderful woman. The first person that I
Wait, time out.
dated.
You went after the trapeze artist by
Oh my god,
yourself.
look at me hiding behind my hat. I'm going to start hiding more and
You
more.
look good with
until
that
I'm
hat.
behind
That's a good hat.
Okay, go on. No, you want to know the truth? The
Yes.
truth is, she's the first woman that I approached.
After the
and-
trapeze artist.
The trapeze artist was 7 years prior.
But you approached the trapeze artist.
I
I'm
did,
just
but it
trying to
never
keep.
worked out.
But you approached her.
Yeah. But
So
this
it's
is
the first person that you approached and
so
consummated.
This isn't the first woman that
This
I
is the
was
first
with.
pitch that hit the catcher's mitt.
Correct. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was with someone, and she was lovely, but she approached me because I didn't know anything about the lifestyle. This is the first woman that I was like, hey.
Oh, you would try that. This is the first one you recruited for your team?
Yes, because she wasn't playing on my team when I met her. Kavorka.
Ah. All right.
What else do
Julie
people
says,
wanna
"We
know?
LOL, we love you.
Thank
Talk
you.
about you, not what is gone, but what is coming up."
Thank you, Julie.
Lori Goss wants to know about how you and Stephanie got together.
Lori Gosk?
Goss, Goss, not.
Oh, that's so
Goss.
funny. That's random
Right,
that
I
someone
know.
named Goss wants to know.
I did a second. Charles Adrian says you look good even in that hat.
Thank you.
Steve Franklin wants to know, have you ever dated a guy?
Yes.
I.e. hands on deck, LOL. Yes. Love
Many.
Dwayne Riggins says love the hat. Dwayne was our guest.
Oh, that's right.
So how did you meet Stephanie? How did you meet? So there's two. So we have twin questions going on right now.
Yeah, tell me. I'll answer anything.
Okay, so the first question, well, obviously not.
I will.
You'll answer anything as long as you.
I'll answer anything. Go. Ask me.
Okay,
The next
so the question
you
was, how
asked.
did you meet Stephanie?
Stephanie was dating, believe it or not, a woman named Jenna, and I was dating.
She had a thing for Jennas?
Jamie, clearly. And when you have foreign correspondents, NBC has bureaus in all different parts of the world, and one of them is in London, and that feeds Europe. So we have a staff of NBCers there. Once a year, the network brings a lot, not at the same time, but brings them back for a month to work out of the New York bureau. So here at 30 Rock, so that people can get to know them, they can meet the brass and everything. Anyway, I was training. You guys remember, Richard Engel? The
I don't know him, but-
correspondent, Richard
Yeah, yeah.
Engel. His producer, they have one producer. His producer was one of my really, really, really good friends. I'll call her Mad. And she and I was training her at the gym, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing today for lunch?" She said, "Stephanie Goss from London is coming." And I was like, "Stephanie's she's hot. Like, let me come." She's like, "No." I go, "Well, why not?" She goes, "Well, because I know you, and I don't trust you. And she's dating someone else, and she's very happy. You're not coming to lunch." So we all met for lunch that day. As
Who was she
expected.
dating?
She was dating Jenna.
Oh, the other Jenna, but she
The
doesn't
other
have a
Jenna.
last name.
No, because she also is sort of in the business. It's very ancestral.
So do all of the TV people? Is that why I
Anyway.
can't date any of these TV women now? It's like,
Listen, nothing bad happened. We just met for lunch, and I've never in my life, before that lunch, ever had, and believe it or not, I'm such a do-gooder, I never had an alcoholic drink before, like, say, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Ever. Never drank in the morning, never drank it during the afternoon, never had a drink for lunch. So we all sit down, and right away...
and I never had a drink during the last 26,
Six days.
whatever it is.
Anyway, we sit down and they come to me because everyone had a glass of wine. They come to me. I'm like, "Let me have a big glass of wine. Have a glass of wine, like 2 glasses of wine, please." Like I felt like a child. Anyway, Madeline left, and we ended up staying there and talking for hours and hours and hours. We ended
Sorry, I
up,
lost two with Madeline.
Madeline was Richard's producer who introduced me and
producer,
Steph.
okay.
We had a really fun lunch. She left. We talked for hours and we just like clicked and got along great.
What'd you guys talk about?
Everything. I don't even know.
Define everything. Something and everything.
You know, like I found out she's a Patriots fan and she does hot yoga and she went to boarding school and her dad went to school where my dad went to school. They went to the same undergrad. They went to Worcester Academy together. And then like all these crazy things that I didn't know about and what her brother does and her sister.
You're playing lesbian geography?
A little bit, but not totally. Anyway, she went back to London and then she went to Pakistan. She got sent to Pakistan for the floods. And she was gone for it was 2 months or something, and she was in, and we kept staying in touch, and then realized quickly that we were having more engagement with each other than with our spouses, and we.
Wait, you guys have spouses?
Not spouses, dates.
I'm just confused.
Whatever you call it.
The whole thing.
Partners.
I mean, it's intriguing, but.
Long story short, Jamie didn't talk to me for a long time.
Ah.
And then Jamie moved out. And didn't have anywhere to move because she lost her. She moved out of her apartment. So guess who took her in? Marcy. Marcy took Jamie in. Marcy lived literally from here to next door, 5 steps out of my apartment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You walk into her building. There was Jamie. So every day I had to call Marcy. Is she leaving? Not yet. Okay. Did she leave yet? She left. Then I would walk out.
So how long did she live with Marcy for?
6 months.
Wow. And now
that would be a crazy story if a different girlfriend of mine, we'll call her Amy, also moved out of my place, and Marcy took her in as well.
But Marcy's straight.
Yeah, Marcy's straight. That's why they could all move in there. Marcy was like the mother hen. Like they all went through. She was so protective and lovely. Marcy's on a flight to LA right now. She actually specifically emailed me to say she's not going to be able to watch today.
Okay. John actually is asking a question. Is there a movie star that you have a crush on, and that would be your sort of, I guess, your pass?
I guess I would say Téa Leoni. I'll give you 3.
Téa Leoni?
I'll give you 3.
Has to be one of mine?
Téa Leoni.
Farrah Fawcett and Olivia Newton-John. Just kill me now.
That's yours. Téa Leoni. What's her name? Kimberly.
Kim Delaney?
Kim Delaney.
Of course.
And then
That's
I would
weird,
say it used to be Rashida Jones, but then I moved on.
So who is it?
I'd have to think. Right now, those two are.
Do we have Téa Leoni in the?
No, we don't. We should have.
In the pool.
Madam Secretary.
Yeah, I still have the. Put them up. She's going up.
All right, go on. What else?
Greg Calvin wants to play on your team. Since it seems
play
like it's like
does that mean?
Greg,
You
you're
want
going
to
to need
date
a
women?
sex change.
Good luck.
Joseph Drake says, "Love you, Jenna."
Wait, now I'm worried that my mom's watching. She didn't know much of this stuff. Mom, are you watching?
You're worried that your mom is watching? She said hello before.
I know, but sometimes she says she puts the phone down, then she does a lot of busy work. And since it's raining, I can't imagine she's outside.
Okay, Kathy K says Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah, from Law and Order. She's lovely.
Okay. She plays on your team?
Does not.
Oh, okay. All right. Tina Hamilton says hello. Megan Mitchell says love Richard Engel.
Yeah, great.
Greg Calvin says what is your biggest fantasy?
You want to know, honestly, it's so stupid.
No, just make up a good lie.
Make up a good lie? Okay.
This is TV, Jenna.
Here's my biggest fantasy. It's Sunday at 3 o'clock. Early January. I am in my fake apartment on the 50th floor of some high-rise in New York City. I already worked out hard, showered, ordered food, it's on the way, it's snowing, and let's pick a great game. So we're say Packers and Vikings are the game's about to start. Let's say it's 1 o'clock. Already worked out, the snow is falling, I'm on my couch with a huge blanket with snacks and an endless supply of food. The kids are with my parents, and Steph is next to me, or we have a group of people who just really want to watch the game and chill out and be comfortable in
Steph are a
sweats.
group of people? This is an interesting part of the fantasy.
Sorry, your fantasy went sexual. Mine, of course, went to football. That's why I'm on my team. But I want to know something? I bet you my fantasy is the same as Connor's.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh my god.
Wait, that was seriously your fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
All
It
right.
sounds amazing, and it's
Wait, what
smelly.
kind of corned beef do you? What kind of food do you have?
Well, I'm not going to do red meat, obviously. Well, let's say everything's calorie free. A large pizza's coming, but I already worked out, and today's my cheat day. And you're on a white couch, and it's
what are you
comfortable
drinking?
I mean, you want to go all the way and make this crazy? I'm probably drinking Diet Coke, and then like a 6-pack of Bud Light Lime is somewhere.
So
in
this
the
is just
fridge.
like you're just having a guy day.
This is my favorite type of day.
Like you're just tailgating. Like your fantasy is to tailgate in your 50th floor apartment.
I need the apartment though. I don't have that.
Got it.
I call our apartment a child's apartment because we're on the second floor and we're looking up, and kids spend their whole lives just like always looking up at the adults and the grown-ups, and everything else is bigger than they are. That's what I feel about our apartment.
So why did you guys choose a second floor apartment?
So we love the building, and there were only 2 left, the second floor and the third floor, same apartment. And you've been there. It's a gorgeous apartment. But the third floor apartment had a balcony, and I think I was 8.5 months pregnant, and we were a little nervous that like
Stephanie was going to push you over?
probably Stephanie was going to push me over, that the little one could get out. I'm just not ready for a balcony. So we went with the second floor.
Taya McHugh Wood says, what is your advice for other female entrepreneurs with kiddos?
With what?
With kids.
What? As far as what? Advice on how
What
to
is
start
your
your
advice
career
for
or how to
other
be a mom?
female entrepreneurs? I don't know.
Well, I would say that make sure that
Who was my question? I was interrupting you. I would say
I can
how to get
answer it.
ahead. Okay.
no, it doesn't matter how to get ahead. I fully have confidence that if you're writing that question, you already know how to get ahead. What you need to be good at is time management. Time management is the key between success and failure. So when you're a mom, be a mom. When you're ready to be an entrepreneur, go be an entrepreneur and put all that work in. Because if you're going to try to do both, like have the kids come in and you're trying to work and you're sort of on a conference call and you're kind of doing both, you're not going to be good at either of them. So my advice is be a mom when it's time to be a mom, and then you go do your work and focus on it and give 100% when it's time to go do that.
Are you sure you don't want to play on the other team? Because there are a whole bunch of guys who now got a lot more into you after that was your fantasy.
Oh.
Greg Galvin says, I'm in. Love you even more now.
Thank you very
from
much.
Minnesota. Terry Means Scarl says hello from Lancaster, PA.
Hi, Terry.
Kathy K, who is the one who said Mariska Hargitay,
Yeah.
says you could do better.
Then who?
I think Mariska Hargitay. Is that?
So she threw out the name and then told me I could do better?
Or maybe there's somebody else. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who else. Maybe Taya Leone or
I like Taylor.
maybe she was talking about the fantasy.
Wow.
Somebody whose name I can't read is enjoying
Jennifer
this
Beals
on
I also
the
like.
sick day. Oh, and that movie,
Flashdance.
Flashdance.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common, you and I.
I know, that's scary.
It's
What are we going to do for our anniversary on January?
Our anniversary. I'm hoping to get up to the 50th floor, and
Don't you know anyone
I'm
in
hoping
real
the
estate?
Giants and the.
You don't know anyone in real estate that can hook me up with it?
I think we can get to the 50th floor somehow, and
Sure.
we'll sit down and we'll watch a game. I'll have a beer. You'll have some red
We
wine.
could watch the Super Bowl
I'll
together.
eat I'll put on a few calories, and I'm gonna go hog wild. I'm gonna have quinoa.
I'm going to annoy you right now when I say this, and I know that. But like, I will never say there was like anything. Oh God, look how hard it's raining. Wow. I'll never say like, oh, it was amazing to leave the Today Show. Like, no, I really hated leaving the Today Show. It was hard for me. But if I had to pick a good thing about leaving the Today Show, it was I had gotten. Again, people are going to think I'm nuts, so let me just explain it first. I got into this rut of having to cover the Super Bowl every year, which you probably think is like the most amazing thing. But covering the Super Bowl is a hell of a lot different than going and watching as a fan. And I never got a chance to enjoy anything. The party, the commercials, the food, like Sunday, the first weekend in February. So since...
everybody here is feeling so bad for you that
I
you
know.
didn't get to
What did I
enjoy
tell
the
you?
Super Bowl.
You know how you watch the Super
Actually,
Bowl?
I missed her name, but she says she's loving the show.
Oh, thank you. This is how you watch the Super Bowl if you're covering it. From a tiny little monitor, no bigger than this, in a dinky little basement area of the stadium, with like 100 people gathered all around, where you don't even get a chance to really see it. And then in the third quarter, you have to line up to get onto a field. So you don't know what's happening. You're asking people walking by, what happened? What happened? I mean, you're there and you don't know what happened. And then you get certain bibs, colors, and you can only go onto the field based on what color your bib is. And usually by the time the Today Show gets sent out onto the field, because we're not a sports organization, we get like 3 referees and like 2 of the scrubs to talk to. And then you're running around like crazy when they finally let you up. People are getting trampled and hair pulled, and you're like sticking your microphone in faces. And then you're up all night filing pieces for that night and the next night.
So what was your best Super Bowl experience?
I'm trying to think of great games.
What was her name?
There was a Steelers.
I'll be specific.
Okay, her name
What
was
yeah, what was her name?
Karen.
And is that a phone name or is that a real name?
Does it matter?
No.
Okay.
So what
By
do
the
you guys?
Steelers Cardinals was my favorite. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time at that one.
So
And it
Karen
a
was
great
at that
game.
one?
Yeah.
So is Karen in sports now, or is she
Yep, she's not in sports anymore.
still playing on your team? Now, the people, when you recruit them to your team, what's the stick to
What's
it?
the slogan?
No, what's
Oh.
the slogan? What is the slogan actually? Let's go with the slogan. That's better question than I have.
I don't need. I told you I make the face. I make a face, which looks stupid when I try to make it now, but when I'm with someone and I make the
Make
face,
believe Connor's a woman.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, that face is ridiculous. But if I make the face sitting across from you in the right lighting, in the right setting, it somehow works.
We'll see how turned on Connor gets.
It's not gonna work. All right,
Thank
I'll make
God.
the face. Trust me, this face isn't gonna work now. It doesn't work now. That's the face.
Oh, one more time.
Connor just passed out. Connor's on the floor.
One more time, just for those of you who missed it.
It's a crooked smile. I just make this face. I don't know what it is. And there's a lot of I'm very personable. I'm really bad at a lot of things, so don't think that I'm just sitting here touting my
Kathy K says, we're talking. Kathy
I know
K
the
says
case was a terrible
she's on your
case.
team and looking. Don't think you can recruit. Patricia Youngblood says that's a cute face.
Thank you very much, Patricia.
So everybody needs to develop a face. Is that?
You need your thing. You need whatever that thing is. Like I'll tell you this. I once went out to a bar. This was
Me too.
years ago. Right?
That's me too. Years ago.
And I, where was it? Where were we? I don't even remember where. I was on some shoot. We were in another city. We were done shooting. Went out to a bar, and I told my producer, I was like, I'll grab us drinks. You get a table. I went to the bartender, and I was like, it was a very attractive woman, and I was like, can we get? And I ordered the drinks, and she blew me off. Was almost a little bit sort of half nasty, and I was like, what an ass. Are you kidding? And I'll never forget it, but it was so dumb. And I liked what she was wearing. It was kind of cool and laid back and comfortable. And she bent down to get a beer, and no one needed to see it. She didn't do it for any reason. She flipped it up and then she bent down, sort of flipped it up, stood up, and then grabbed it. And there was something about that. And she put it down, and I was like, I put my, and I was like, she's like, and she looked up, and I go, hi. She goes, hi. Sorry, it's just a crazy night. That's all it was. What was it? It was nothing. And we ended up talking, and we stayed in touch. And if I lived wherever the heck it was, maybe we would have gone out a couple times. But my point is, there's no slogan or line or something. You just have to connect with someone. You have to find some way to connect. If it's your face, if it's a line, if it's, hey, what? Hi. If it's hi, whatever it is, I don't know. You can connect with someone. They see that, right? You're just looking at one person in one focus. I think you're in a good place. It's when you try too hard and
Trip all over yourself.
Yeah. But you don't have that problem, obviously. All you do is get married. All you do is meet women.
I have the opposite of that part.
I love this song. Oh, I think it's clearing up.
Susan Sullins Hall says that's an adorable face.
Thank you, Susan.
John from Cherry Hill wants to know if it's politics. John, actually, now's the time for your trivia question. Do you have your trivia question?
Steve Hurd is going to come here and say, let me just tell you, when he sits down, mark my words, you're all here, and he's going to sit down and say, make a comment about the hat. The comment about the hat will be something along the lines of, oh, I didn't know we were still outside, or I didn't know do you need mittens to go along with that? Like, that's what he's going to say. And he's one of our guests today.
That's Steve Hurt, not Steve Bannon. For those of you.
Not Steve
Julie Kine says, after watching for years and seeing you today, I'm sure it was never one face, it was all of you. Aww. Aww.
That's really sweet. Who is that, Susan?
What is the name of the video guy that Elaine likes who turns out to be 15? That's the trivia question.
Oh, who cares what his name? I think it was like Jimmy. But the better trivia question is, what was the movie that he tried to get her to rent? It was, and here's me making your question better.
Well, do you want to answer his question, which was worse?
I think it was like Jimmy or something.
Vincent.
I think the only time that...
Vincent.
Oh, Vincent. Vincent's Picks. Damn it.
And he also disagrees with you. He says your question is not better.
Vincent's Picks. Okay, John, which button on the VCR was she wearing around her neck in that episode?
Crickets from John.
Okay, go on. To complain.
Hashtag question.
Hashtag what?
He has hashtag question mark.
No. I love this song. Okay, go on. More comments, more questions. That's it?
All
We're
right.
done with my dating life? Fantastic. I did it, got it out of our systems.
No. My wife is 60, works out daily, still can't lose the love handles and back flap. Help.
How's her diet? You want to know a dirty little secret? Weight loss.
Actually, I learned that this month.
You what?
That's been an effective part of the diet this month.
Is what? The you know why? Because, and I hate saying this out loud, but I'm going to say it because I love this show and I love everything about it. Weight loss is different than lean, tone, fit, strong, and athletic. Weight loss is over here, and all those 5 things are over here. And if this is what's going to get you to live longer, this is important. Tone, healthy, fit, strong, right? All these things. This comes with exercising. The weight loss
Handicap.
comes with...
Handicap.
Okay, whatever
Handicap.
you're saying. Great.
Handicap.
This comes with diet. So if you
What's
want to
that?
lose weight, you need to work on your diet and really work on it because weight loss is 85 to 90% diet and like 10% working out. So you can work out 6 days a week, but if you're still eating more calories than you're expending, then you're never going to lose weight. And that's the dirty secret. And I'm currently about to start a project. I call it a project because that's what it is, with a good friend of mine who is getting married next August. And she wants to lose weight. And if I commit to someone, I am fully committed to you. Like if I commit to getting you to lose weight, you have all of me. And like we joke around about it, and I can be intense and everything, and I can be like, "How's it going?" Like I could give you a workout here and there, but like if you come to me and you say, "I'm begging you, like I need this more than anything," I have to see that there's 100% coming from you because I'm going to give you 100%. But the day that I wake up and I'm giving you more than you're giving me, I'm out. I don't need to do it. I'm already there. But I'm willing to do it. So we sat down and we're ready to do this, and that means every single day I'm going to give her a plan, great plan, that doesn't involve starving yourself. It's similar to the plan on my book, which didn't kill you. It was small changes and you changed your life. It made you stronger, but also you lost weight without like starving yourself, right? And we're going to knock this out of the park. And I'm giving a big speech at the wedding. Very excited. And I just hope that she might be listening now, but I hope that everybody's happy when we get there. This is the wedding that I sort of got myself unbridesmaided.
How'd that happen?
Because I was asked to be a bridesmaid, I said yes. And then Marcy said afterwards, do you know what's involved in being a bridesmaid? Like, you don't like girly things. You're going to have to make a party, and you're going to have to go with her to buy the dress, and you're going to have to, like, there's 1,000 things. You don't have time to do that. You can't do that. And she scared the crap out of me. So I got terrified. So I emailed her. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be the bridesmaid. I want to make sure I can give you everything you want. Maybe I'll make a speech or something. Anyway, she wrote back, and she's like, you know what? No bridesmaid. You're just going to give a speech. Well, then, of course, I was like, wait a minute. I feel bad. Like, I just got myself unbridesmaided. I went back and I got mad at Marcy. But how could I get too mad at Marcy? She basically houses all my exes. So it all worked out for the best.
Better your exes than mine.
Yeah, well, I can't. Who can remember all those names?
Not me. You're getting love from an NPP that you're so cute.
Thank you so much.
Blushing. Okay. I think we can go on to the Steve Bannon. Okay.
What?
What's the exercise? So the question is, though, we're back to the same original question. What is the exercise for love handles? Is there an exercise for love
Wait, why do you keep bringing up Steve Bannon? Are we
That was somebody else. They
Today? No, he
Steve
didn't name
Bannon. He's the named chief strategist.
Oh, I thought he was. That's different than what they were going to name him. What was
Chief
Trump
of
going to
staff.
name him?
They
Chief of
ended
staff.
up.
No. Reince Priebus is chief of staff. No, this
But
morning
they said
were
when
gonna-
they issued the press release about it, they said they were co-equal, that they were equals essentially.
Yeah, but this morning I heard them talking about giving Bannon a specific position.
Chief strategist is what they gave him.
That's not a cabinet post, right?
I think it's sort of it.
Is that why we're talking about it? Did this just break?
That's like John. No, it didn't just break. John asked about it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Tell me the question. Love handles?
He wanted it. Yeah, it's the love handles. Steve Bannon's love handles.
That's gross.
Why is that gross?
I don't want to talk about Steve. I think Steve should shave completely and cut his hair short and lose a little bit of weight and then get out there. Look, and I get what he wants to do. They're all anti-establishment guys. Like, I get that, you know? I fully get that. I just hope that it's an all-inclusive anti-establishment. You know, like, I want to make sure that it's still a free country and people can come and go, and that's what my concern is with that.
You want to keep it a free country?
I want to make sure
I
that we're
actually
not
want to make
closed
sure
off.
no students go to school anymore. So we saw a whole bunch of protesters before walking by here from high school. I would have loved this. Like when I was a kid in high school, I would have been like
Yeah,
so
I'm sure
anti.
your parents would have loved you doing it.
I got suspended from school so many times. I was not.
Didn't your brother go to Harvard?
Spells Harvard.
It does smell like Harvard in here.
Spell.
I know. You're right. Okay, love
still,
handles. So
still
the
on the
truth is-
exercise for the love handles.
Sorry, the truth is love handles, a lot of it is diet. You can't spot exercise, right? So you can't say this is the area I want to lose, so I'm going to like do specific exercises and lose the weight here. You can make the muscle bigger and stronger, but you can't lose the weight there. That's going to come from diet. So love handles, abs, your stomach, right? Everyone's got your abdominal muscles right in here, but then it's covered with like layers of fat. So you can do abs till you're blue in the face. You're never going to see anything until you get rid of that fat. So when I start with a new client, I put them on high cardio, low resistance, and a great eating plan to sort of shed some of that weight and then start building up that muscle. So is there a specific exercise to target the love handles? I'm afraid there isn't. I mean, you can look online and they'll tell you, you can do this, you can do this, and all that's going to do is build that muscle or tone it up a little bit. If you really want to lose the weight, that's all going to come from diet.
All right. So he says she doesn't eat.
She should eat. She should just eat the right foods. By the way, speaking of foods, we are on day 23, 24? 24, we're almost there.
For cockpit diet.
Mm-hmm. I'm hosting, by the way, my sixth straight year of hosting the TAG Awards this Thursday night. This is the Treatment Action Group. It's a great AIDS event where they bring together a lot of Broadway and Hollywood stars. They come together. I started this, it might have been 8 years ago. And every year it's like with a different Hollywood type person. I met a lot of great people over the years. Last year I was with Chelsea Clinton. This year I'm with this comedian whose name obviously escapes me now. But it's this Thursday night, the TAG Awards, Treatment Action Group. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you that's coming up for me. Oh, I'm writing articles for Women's Day magazine, and I have an article that I'm half writing for them that's due on Monday about how to work out without working out, which is something we all want to know how to do. Like when Connor stood up and sat down in this chair 50 times. So that's coming up on Monday. Now you guys know my entire schedule. So anything else you want to know? Literally, I have no secrets. I definitely cannot run for
Dave
president.
Thornycroft wants to know, how does he tighten his chest marks?
How do you tighten your chest? Okay, so you can work your... Charlie would be a good person to ask about that.
And
But you
speaking
can
of
work
which,
your...
Charlie is in traffic and is almost here.
Okay. You can do a little incline, a little decline, a little chest press. You can do flies. You can do closed grip presses. There's a lot of different ways you can work around without just doing push-ups. And then within those, you can go low reps, heavy weights. One day you can do heavy, multiple reps. But if you're going to max out at like 8 to 10 reps, I would do a couple flat, a couple incline, a couple decline, and then do the same whole thing with the flies. But mix it up a little. And if you're gonna work chest, really work chest, and then give yourself a couple days to let all those muscle fibers and tissue build back up again. Well, you know what you should do, Lance? You should film me training Connor one day. I would love to train you in the gym. Yeah.
So you said do like incline, then
Decline, regular,
regular.
yeah.
So sometimes I'll do incline, and then I'll do like low cable fly, then I'll do regular, and then do like with a So instead of doing like all
Back to
the
back to back.
yeah, I work like upper, lower, mid chest, like in those sections instead of
Sure.
doing like dumbbell, and then like all the dumbbells and all the cables. So
What do you use for flies? Do you do cables? Or?
Yeah, I do cables.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a better way to do flies that I love. Lay on the bench, feet off, so they're bent 90 degrees. Bring your legs out a little, so this is engaged. If they're in, this is doing no work. Out a little bit. I don't know what you use for flies, but you're up here. Go a little bit lower than you usually do. Okay, so to take it a little lower than you usually would, come up here, and really, if you're gonna work one muscle as hard as you can, you might as well work two. Hold this left one up, right above you, make sure your nipple line always. Bring this right one down while your legs are up. That means this is gonna fire up your whole oblique, and then bring it back up. And then bring the left one down and bring, now be careful, because the first time you're gonna come down, if this isn't engaged, it's gonna throw you right off the bench. But if you can lay down like this, I do this with my male clients, they love it. So now this is engaged, and you're up here, out, it stays up here, and in, out, and in. This will fire up, and you'll be able to work individual sides of your chest, which, if one is stronger than the other, when you're doing cables, it won't do it. But if you're ever using a barbell, sometimes one can push over the other. But that's what I would recommend for flies. But yeah, you can do all your dumbbells. It doesn't matter how you do it. I have no problem. It doesn't matter when you do it. It doesn't matter how you do it. As long as you're
the order
doing it.
doesn't matter.
To me, it doesn't. And with my clients, it doesn't. And Charlie may tell you something different, but Charlie also is 400-pound like Olympic weightlifter. Like, I'm not sure that's the same look you're going for, but it is. God bless you. I love you asking me a question. Like, we're talking the same language now. Did I tell you about my fantasy of the 50 floor like high right?
Connor was insulted that
crush.
Connor was insulted that the Steelers weren't part of it.
I mean,
Could have been the Steelers.
Yeah, this season probably not.
I would have watched that Steelers-Cowboys game in
That
that
was
fantasy. That was a great game.
John wants to know where the tag awards are. First in it.
Do you really want to know?
He's asked a few times.
Okay, I'll tell you. The tag awards
That was a
are.
yes. He wants to know.
You ready for it?
You're ready. Are they in New York? Yes, I'm assuming
Yes,
they're.
they are. In fact, I can probably even tell you here.
Or stuff they're on TV.
They're not on TV. These guys are pretty private about their work. I am doing the event with Bruce. How do I not know his last? He's a comedian named Bruce.
Is it invite only?
I think it's invite only. Oh, here. Oh, this is the 20th annual. Oh, Alan Cumming, Grant Schaefer, David Hyde Pierce. Oh, it's at Slate, 21st Street. Jenna Wolf hosting. Yep, hosted by Jenna Wolf. Oh, Bruce Valanche.
What do
Yeah,
they
that
say
is.
you're on? Do they say you're of the General Wolf show? We should actually do that.
No, they actually asked me, but this was all done a while ago.
Okay.
So they asked me if there was anything they wanted me to put in. But moving forward, everything is all of the Jenna Wolf show
One
now.
of his friends is doing it.
Oh, really?
One of John's friends.
Well, John, tell your friend to come up to me while I'm there. I'll be off stage, and then it'll be great.
Chiropractor in New York who's got it.
What's his name? Oh, only his first name, so I know.
Steve.
Oh, hey, you guys.
Esther says she loves when you appear in Dr. Oz.
Oh. Do you remember when I told you about my friend Karen and her niece and nephew, how they're so brilliant? And one went to
Yeah.
like Harvard and Yale and Harvey Mudd
Yesterday.
and MIT yesterday. Anyway, I was like, what are the chances that Karen, this like partner at a law firm in Manhattan, is ever in a million years going to be watching? She just texted. She said, thanks for the shout out on your show.
Everybody
Law
watches.
firms are watching us.
Everybody watches the show. It's like a little weird.
The show. Better start making some money. So we don't have to go away. Okay, who else?
We'll start selling some ads then one day.
Okay, who else?
I don't know. What's Charlie saying here? I think I'm here. What number building?
Just tell me here, I'll write it so you don't have to. We are at, oh,
You think I voice activated
I
mine?
know, sorry. Hey Charlie, I'm on the phone with him now. What street are you on? You're literally on the show right now, I'm talking about you on the show. What street are you on? No, one less than that. Yeah, between the first number and the second number. Between the first number you said and the second number. Yes.
All right, it's the time of Connor.
How's it going?
There's Jenna. She's running away.
And it's physical. And they come up here.
Bruce Valanche? I don't know.
Oh, no, it's on a different street. Okay.
Okay, it's a beautiful day today, Brad. Have you
What
met
is
Bruce
this, the
Valanche?
iPhone 8? I've never seen, this
the
is the
7 Plus.
biggest phone I've ever seen. It's like
the
holding
7
up my
Plus.
iMac. I might as well. I went like this and I turned and it was like on the other side already.
Why do you think I'm in such good shape?
But look at this compared to my like little zygote of a phone. I gotta get the iPhone 4 sucks. I gotta get a better phone. No.
Bruce
You used the same
Valanche?
joke yesterday, Connor. What?
Bruce Valanche?
Valanche.
Valanche, you're co-hosting with him.
Yeah, I've never co-hosted. I co-hosted
know
with
him?
Meredith Vieira 1 year. Other than that, I have never co-hosted before with him.
Do you
with
know him?
anyone.
John
No.
keeps asking. He's the Emmy Award winner.
Yes. So am I.
Is Charlie on his way up?
Yeah, they were on the wrong avenue. Within the
Ah.
same streets.
They got my instructionals, I guess. That's why they're on the wrong end.
Yep.
You know, I am a crackerjack.
Anyone else
producer.
make any comments before Charlie comes up?
Did I tell you that? Okay. Rosie Perez is being honored at the awards also.
Yes, Rosie Perez is going to be honored.
Rosie Perez.
I got to tell you a funny story about these awards one time. So these are, when I tell you, this is a think tank for AIDS research in this country. These guys are scientists and doctors. They're not just fundraisers. These guys spend hard hours. I mean, I get the newsletters every week. I don't understand anything. It's all this science-based research. They do tons of great work. They raise tons of good money. It's why I always give my time and effort, and whenever they want me to do something, I do it. So the people that win these awards, really, really smart. I mean, like a cut above where you guys and me, where we are. So 3 years ago,
I got into medical school.
David Hyde Pierce was there and Alan Cumming was there again. Was he there at another one? Anyway, this woman, this French scientist, whatever, wins this big award. And she gets up to give a speech and they are told, like, 2 to 3 minute speeches, like, we're going to keep the show moving. The woman spoke for 24 minutes in a thick French accent. I could see 24 minutes if you're like telling me the story of your like dating life. Like at least I could be into it. But a thick French accent, like so far deep into the realm of science that like it was
Imagine
really
if I was
hard
there
to follow.
interrupting her. It would have taken at least like
4.5
an hour.
hours. So when she was done, the audience was stunned. I'm not kidding. So everyone was like, couldn't even believe that she spoke that long. So she leaves, and I come up to the stage, and they're looking at me. And timing is everything with this stuff. And they were just begging for something. The mood was so like, what the hell was that? And I got up there, full stage, and I go, I'm sorry, what was that middle part again about that? And they lost it. And I think that was like why I've been back like 8 straight years. Like, I fully don't prepare. I want it to be real and natural, and I don't do stand-up comedy, but I do stand-up comedy because what's the least funny thing?
I had a meeting this morning with somebody, and I was actually explaining that I think that you shouldn't be given anything in advance of the guest. Like maybe just tell you the guest's name, but
Oh,
like
well, guess
not
what?
prepare.
Right on par with what we're already doing. And you want Pam Ortiz the way through this show? Well, Pam Ortiz the way through it. because
Connor has been getting you the stuff. He sends you. You don't like Connor's work product?
there was no better story than the Pam Ortiz story. And when
But that
I sat
was
down with
one
my
time.
friend Waldron this morning for breakfast, he said, "You know what I love about your show?" I go, "What?" He goes, "Remember that woman that was the wrong woman that came on your show?" I go, "Oh yeah, the Pam Ortiz." He goes, "That was really funny." I go, "Not at the time. Not at the time, Dave. Not at the time."
It was really funny for me.
Lance says to me, "This isn't." I go, "Oh, so this is the 65
Connor
year old
hadn't
singer
sent me
songwriter?"
I said-
Lance goes, "This isn't her." I go, "Well, who is this?" He goes, "Not sure." I go, "What should I ask?" He goes, "Just ask her how she is." Ask her how Sat
Yeah,
down.
she's just a nice lady.
I'm like, "Hello, my name is Jenna. How are you?"
You had a
Question mark.
conversation, but that's what this is. That's exactly what the show should be about: is conversations. It's like
I was seething, like beyond seething. It was
Oh, you were angry?
crazy. No, I mean all in
You
good
were
fun.
seething.
It was good fun.
You were
Look who's
seething.
here.
oh wow.
What's up? Oh, it is. Look who it is.
Hello.
Oh, you're all wet. We're talking about
Yeah,
working
it was
at Chef.
crazy.
Yeah. How are you? This is the smartest guy
Okay.
you will ever meet in your life when it comes to this space that we were just talking about.
All right, so we're gonna
We're
take
gonna
a
take a
break.
break,
after that.
and we'll be.
We're gonna keep
come
this
right
one
back.
live and then reset
We're
this.
just gonna run to the.
Just a backup place.
No.